Welcome back, friends. Today we're trying out the newly released BTArtbox XCOATTIPS Pastel French Tips with a cat eye base for the ultimate soft girl spring look. When they asked me if I'd be interested in trying these out, it was an immediate yes, because you know how much I love BTArtbox products because they're so easy to use. And if you haven't noticed, I have a cat eye obsession. These tips are already stunning, but with the addition of a cat eye base, next level unlocked. You can wear these as is and you have a magical mani within minutes, or you can add some customization like we're going to do today to bring them to another level. But let's go ahead and dive into these because I cannot contain my excitement. This set comes with 5 strips of tips, and each strip has 2 sets of 16 sizes. So they're going to fit almost all nail beds with such a large size range. I know it doesn't look like much now, but once the glossy hits, that's when you really see the magic of the cat eye, so trust the process. I also love that each strip is a different pastel color, so you can mix and match for a spring gradient mani like we're going to do today, or you can just use one color. I'm going to start out by sizing out my tips, and I've used so many BTArtbox tips that I know generally what my sizes are, but I always like to size them out and confirm that I've got the right sizes, just in case they're a little different from another set. So when I'm sizing them out, I want to make sure that they're fitting my nail from sidewall to sidewall, that I don't see any natural nail peeking out, because if I do see natural nail, I want to make sure that I'm sizing up one, because if they're too small, they will pop off. So you want to make sure they're covering your entire nail bed. So make sure that you're checking from all angles. And then if you're in between sizes, if the next size up is a little too large, stay with that larger size, and then you can file them to customize them to fit your nail bed. But just make sure they're not too small. After I size out my tips, I want to file off that little notch at the free edge area. That notch is from where the tip was attached to the strip. So it's just a quick file to round out that almond shape at the tip. And then taking a quick look at these, you can see it's nice and thin at the cuticle area for a more natural look. It's got a nice natural apex. It's not super curved, and it is thicker at that free edge area for the strength. So that's what you want to see when you're wearing tips, is thinner at the cuticle area and then thicker at that free edge area. But anyway, I'm going to continue on filing off this little notch. I've noticed a lot of people won't file off that notch until they've applied it to their nail, which there's no really right or wrong, and I can see the advantage of waiting till you've applied the tip, because then you don't have to hold on to this small tip and accidentally drop it. But I'm always afraid that I'm going to forget to file it off, so I'd rather start with that first, and that way I have my almond shape to begin with when I apply them to my nail. I'm going to design these as press-ons first before adhering them to my nails, because I'm going to apply them to my dominant hand, and I am really bad at trying nail art with my non-dominant hand. So I went ahead and applied the tips to my stand to get them ready. And for the nail art, we're going to do some really fun spring 3D nail art. So these are the Bevlah Mulgam 2 3D texture gels. These are so fun, and they have kind of that like 3D oil painting type texture to them. So if you can see here on my swatch, it's a little bit raised, so it's that fun texture design. But because I'm doing a texture design, I'm not going to want to top coat them, and I don't want to top coat around them. So I'm going to start with top coating my nails first. Before I get into the top coat though, I'm going to apply a layer of builder gel. So this is the builder gel from BTArtbox, and it just adds a little bit of extra strength to the tips. They are nice and thick, so I feel like they have good strength to them. But if you want to reinforce them a little bit more, it's always good to put a layer of builder gel on. Or if you're doing nail art on the tips, you can apply the builder gel to seal in your design, and then you can top coat it, or you can skip it altogether. But I do like to add that extra layer of builder gel. So I cured that for a full 60 seconds. And now I'm going to apply the top coat. So the top coat is also from BTArtbox. This is such a super shiny top coat. I always love using their top coat. It's a nice and thin consistency, but the shine is so beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a full layer of that to all the nails, cure for a full 60 seconds, and then we'll be ready to get into the 3D texture art. For the nail art, I want to keep it simple and soft, so I'm going to do some cute and easy daisies using my petal brush from Sweetie Nail Supply. I'll leave everything that I used in today's video linked down below in the description. I'm also going to include my affiliate discount codes, so to save some money, I do have a discount code both with BTArtbox and Sweetie Nail Supply. For the thumb, I'm going to start with a half a daisy at the cuticle area. So I'm using the yellow, and that's going to be the center of my daisy. So I'm just doing like half an oval at that cuticle area. I want to make sure that I'm managing the thickness, because if you have your gel too thick, it's not going to cure all the way through. So just make sure you have that texture, but it's not too thick. And then once I flash cured that, just to freeze that in place, I'm going to use the same petal brush. So I'm just running that through some top coat to clean it off, and then wipe it on a paper towel to wipe off the excess. And then I'm going to pick up a dollop of the white. So I've been practicing this, and I love the way this turned out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the largest part of the petal, and I'm going to press down to fan out the brush. And then as I go towards the center of the flower, I'm lifting up that pressure, and it's going to sort of taper, and it's going to leave less of that texture. So press down to fan out the brush, leave that gel, and then as you go towards the center, start lifting up, applying less pressure so that you taper, and you get such pretty petals if you do it this way. And I know it's probably something really simple, but I haven't been able to master it, and not that I'm saying I'm mastering it now, but I love the way these turned out, and this petal brush just makes it so much easier. I always wondered, like, is it called a petal brush because of the shape? Well, maybe it is, I don't know. Or is it called a petal brush because it's supposed to help make easier petals? And I feel like it's kind of the latter. I found that for me, at least, once I figured out that technique of the pressure and when to apply it, when to let go of it, it just made doing these petals so easy. So don't be surprised if you see a whole lot of daisies from here on out, because this is so fun to do. We're going to walk through one more together. So once I have a little bit of that gel, I'm going to press down to fan out the brush. And then once I start drawing down towards the center of the flower, I'm going to start pulling up, removing that pressure, and that's going to unfan the brush, tapering that towards the center of the nail. So push down, apply pressure, and then slowly lift up to remove that pressure to taper towards that center. And just continue on. Do it in a circle, a half circle, however you want that daisy to look, depending on what design you're going for. But it's really super simple, and I'm just amazed that it took me this long to figure it out. I gave the tips one final cure just to be extra sure they were fully cured. So you can see here we've got the textured nail art and the rest of the tip is glossy. So now we're going to apply these together. So whenever I apply press-ons, I like to start by cleaning off my nails. So I've got some isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free wipe, and I'm wiping off my nails really well to remove any excess oils, because oils on your nail bed are going to affect the adhesion. So you could get premature pop-offs if you don't remove those oils. And so for the application, I'm going to be using the BTArtbox brush on nail glue. So this is an air dry nail glue. It looks like you can, for the XCOATTIPS, use gel. However, since I did some opaque nail art, I didn't want it to block some of that light. So I'd rather be safe and do a brush on air dry nail glue. So I just applied that nail glue to the inside of the tip, and I'm also applying a thin layer to my natural nail. And then I like it to dry down for about 10 seconds to get down to like a tacky state. I don't like to just immediately apply it to my nail because that's longer that I have to hold it. So I'm just showing you real time here from my thumb how long I'm waiting to let it dry down a little bit. I don't want it to be like fully dry. And this is the first time I'm using it, so I'm not really sure about the dry time of this glue. And so I wasn't really sure as well, because the instructions on the box say hold down for 10 seconds, but the instructions on the XCOATTIPS that came in the XCOATTIPS say hold down for 60 seconds. So to play it safe, I'm holding it down for 60 seconds. So after a minute, I let go and they are fully adhered. And I am loving the way these are turning out. This is super cute. The fit is really nice, and that cat eye is just so beautiful. So we're going to go through the process again. So I'm applying that glue to the inside of the tip at the cuticle area. So anywhere where it's touching my nail bed. And then I'm just applying a little extra glue into that tip. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'm applying a thin layer to my natural nail. And once I do that, I'm going to wait about 10 seconds for the glue to start drying down. And then I'm applying it where I'm starting at a 45-degree angle at my cuticle area, and then slowly pressing down to move the glue towards my free edge. And then I'm going to hold down for 60 seconds. And then after 60 seconds, I'm going to let go. And I have to say, this is a pretty fast air dry nail glue. I don't know if I could have let go sooner, but I think 60 seconds was plenty. So I'll definitely be sticking with that. After I finish adhering my tips, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles with my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil. This is their newest limited edition scent, a new blossom, and this is like spring in a bottle. It's very citrusy, but also has notes of like French lavender and crushed herbs. So it's just very bright and fresh and citrusy, and such a great scent without that yucky yellow pollen. And since I just applied the press-ons, I want to be really careful because I don't want to really wet my nails so soon after I applied the press-ons. So that pretty much wraps up today's mani. And if you're still here, drop me a flower emoji down below in the comments. So a huge thank you again to BTArtbox for sending me these tips to share with you all. I am absolutely in love. Even without the daisies, I would totally wear these all by themselves because I love the pastel French tips. And then the cat eye bed, just so beautiful. So I hope this video is helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!